brings us to Music City. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, and Nissan Stadium on the shores of the Cumberland River. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Tennessee Titans. Visitors sideline, a look at the head coach of the Falcons. His guys looking good early off to the 2-0 start. On the other side, it's the Tennessee head coach. His guys also 2-0, so this is a good measuring stick matchup early in the season. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, alongside Greg Olson, the kicker, Brandon Aubrey. Set for the start. Off we go through the raindrops here in Nashville. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Tennessee offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2025 draft out of the U, out of Miami. It's Cam Ward.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. It might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. He can continue to play that style of ball. It's going to be a tough group to match up with.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
Just a yard on first down. Here's 2nd and 9.
Roll!
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And it'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. They get 21 on that one. That's good for a Titan first down.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Here comes the jet sweep. And he tries to get to the edge, but cannot do it. Good job by the defense. No gain.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
2nd and 10. They'll run first carry of the game for Trey Benson. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Out from his safety spot, Jesse Bates makes the play. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, here's Ward. Quickly to the outside and complete. A gain of 17 yards. First down for Tennessee.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets to the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
Now Ward on a designed run, and he won't try to risk much more, sliding down a gain of 3.
4 yards on the
They went to the designed quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short gain.
Putting the tight end in motion. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. Out of the gun, Ward. He'll look middle, 15, halfway there as he's down at the 15.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. And think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Second down, they need 7. They'll stick with him again. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
The 9-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Shotgun snap for Wolf. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
The Falcons set to take over here on offense. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
It was pretty clear after sitting down with him earlier in the week that he was just not satisfied with last week's performance. And while he was so clear, he's like, listen, I am thrilled that we won the game. He goes, I understand if we want to continue to stack up wins, I need to be better. And it starts with protecting the ball. So back to basics this week in practice, trusting what he sees, relying on his understanding of the offense. If all those things come together, I think we'll see a better performance out of him today.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. It's the first run of the game for Bijan Robinson. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
I know it's easy from up in the booth, Mike, but I think that's one of those zone reads where the quarterback needs to pull it and keep it himself. The defense was clearly keyed on the running back. Not much room in there. No gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Back to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. It is a big play there for the Falcons. 39 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4. Ball on the 35. Here comes a 2nd and 5.
Cowboy 80.
Throwing now from the gun. Quick throw, taken in. And he will not make it to the end zone, but he's down inside the 5-yard line. It is a big play there for the Falcons. 33 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. That is caught by the tight end. Kyle Pitts. Touchdown, Atlanta. That his 2nd TD catch of the season. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups That's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Titans offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll start out first down and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Up from his safety spot, Jesse Bates makes the play.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing, Ward. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch, found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line. Third and long. Throwing is Ward. He's going to look for the home run ball. And that is incomplete. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. The Titans sending out their punter. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Falcons offense ready for their second possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that.
Okay, ready?
This drive begins with 1st and 10.
Ready? Liking,
Back to throw here to begin the drop. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Bronco switch. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and he's going to be forced out of bounds. Still plenty of work to do. 3rd and long coming up.
On the stick. Get it. Pass it all 80. Ready.
He'll drop to throw. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
The Titans offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10.
No!
Trying to start on the ground, and that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
30-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Ward. In trouble, and down he goes. James Pierce getting in there to bring him down. His first sack of the season.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Throwing on third down, Ward. That'll be taken in. It's Trey Benson. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
So barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it looks like this is going to be a 3-and-out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Falcons offense ready to see what they can do. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. Second down.
Pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
On the go.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's probably one of the most used cliches in football, but I think this is probably the appropriate use of missed opportunity. I mean, he's open in the end zone. All he has to do now is catch it. So that's a play they're going to look back on at the end of this game and say, man, we let that one slip away.
Here's a third down and 4.
60 Bison, 60 Bison, 70 Timberwolves. Ready?
Now, faking the give. And this ball incomplete on third down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
He'll take this in back at the 16. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Titans offense about ready to take over once more. They'll begin with first and 10. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the gun on third down, Ward. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a fourth down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And it's a very nice return. He has given the offense a short field. The Falcons offense starting to trot out for this next possession.
Ready,
Have a short field, looking to build on the lead.
go.
Give to Robinson from the pistol. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Liking 18.
turn and hand this one off. And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Atlanta.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So after one, 7-3 is our score. We're back in Music City after this. The Falcons have it to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with first and 10.
Hey, Fred! Fix the Eagle! Fix the Eagle!
They'll stay on the ground. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Jacoby Dean in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Candy Lions!
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. They need to get to the 22, but now face third down. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20.
A gain of 13.
Call it a gain of 13. It's good for a Falcon first down.
Candy Lions!
On the give, it's Robinson. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
That'll give up the middle. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
I think a little bit of what's happened here, Mike, is this offense is having some trouble matching the level of physicality of the defense. So physically, they're getting beat at the point of attack, and I think these last 2 plays are a great example why.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Throw over the middle, caught by London. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Falcons go out to a 10-3 lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here able to put that one through.
Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. So we've seen from the start of the season the change in the kickoff rule, the ball coming out to the 35 instead of the 30. Craig, as you talk to folks around the league, there's been a little bit of a change philosophically in how to approach even when you kick a field goal in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think so much of the initial conversation is how does the kickoff team handle it? Do you pooch it? Do you kick it out the back of the end zone? And I think there's going to be a wide array of approach, but maybe the part that doesn't get talked about enough, Mike, is how the new kickoff rule actually changes how you play the game offensively. So think if you have the ball inside the 5-yard line, it's 4th and goal from the 3. In the old days, right, the days that we all remember were a touchback following a score, in this case a field goal try, you would kick the ball out of the back of the end zone, hopefully, and it would be a touchback, and you would lose 17 yards. Instead of on a failed 4th down from the 3, your opponent getting the ball at the 3-yard line, they would now get it 17 yards deeper at the 20, and you would get 3 points as a result. Now, all of a sudden, if you do settle for that field goal, the chances of my opponent now possessing the ball following the kickoff outside of the 30, I lose significant field position. So the idea is I'm going to go for more touchdowns inside the 5. I'm going to go for more 4th and goal situations, because even if I fail, I would much rather defend my opponent when they're inside their own 5-yard line than outside of their own 30-yard line, because the difference in 3 points over the course is not worth the field position.
And the play callers in the NFL are a lot like the people who play the video games. Let's go for it on 4th down. We're seeing it more, and it adds to the excitement of the NFL in 2025. Just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd and 5.
Cougar 19. Ready.
Handoff here, up the middle. He is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Come on, come on. 7 Pirates, 19 Charger, 19 Charger.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The Titans offense back onto the field for their next possession. They try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now it's Ward. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Watts. And the Falcons are in great shape here as they take over at their 46.
I've been around certain quarterbacks, Mike, that loved throwing the ball in the rain, and other quarterbacks who were very uncomfortable. It looks like this one kind of got out of his hand, a little wonky, and that ball gets away from you just enough. It's going to end up falling into the wrong hands and go the other way.
The Falcons offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Back-to-back, some nice runs. This one good for 11 and another 1st down.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
Good blocking to the 15. And he's into the end zone. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons. It's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Titans offense headed back to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10.
Let's go. Smash, smash.
That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. On second down, it's Benson. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
This is 3rd and 6.
Here we go, Scott.
Back to throw is Ward. Quick throw here is complete. And he puts his head down and he picks up the first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38.
No!
On 1st and 10, here's Benson.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-happy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And he'll give it up on the pitch. Oh, and he is deep-leaded on that one. Picked up, thrown down behind the line of scrimmage.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Ward. Finding room at midfield. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on 3rd down. 1st and 10.
Check.
Up the middle they go. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play.
Ready, set.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 9.
Let's go now.
To throw is Ward. Short pass taken in by the tight end. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
A gain there of 10 yards. That's good for a Titan 1st down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well...
And he's in! Trey Benson, touchdown Titans. That's his 1st touchdown of the new year. The extra point is good. And the Titans are able to cut into the lead. It's now 17-10. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's Bijan Robinson and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. And before this drive starts, we'll take a look at the race as it stands to see who might take home the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year award. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by their rookie 2nd-rounder.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 9.
Come on.
They'll throw out of the gun to the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. And he'll take this one in. And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
He's lined up one-on-one, and it's a mismatch from the very beginning. He's just so fast, so big. He's kind of part tight end, part wide receiver, and when you have that type of skill set, it's just going to be hard to stop.
No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
They'll try it again from the 2. 2nd and goal.
Go!
They send the tight end in motion. Benson! And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1. Setting up 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd.
They'll run with Benson. And he will not get in. The defense stands their ground, pushes him back, and they force 4th down. Now a timeout for Atlanta. That's their first, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming.
Ready? Let's go now. Ready?
They'll try it now with Benson. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down. On the ground, it's Robinson. And he's going to take this up to the 17-yard line. Give him 14 on that play. 1 first down.
First down.
Ready? Ready?
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down. They'll look to pick up the pace.
First down, Falcons.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Forced to his right. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
At the 45-yard line.
Broncos. Ready?
They'll look to throw. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Titans are in great shape here as they take over at their 46.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Now, 1st down throw for Ward. That's taken in by the running back, Benson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
The Titans, first down.
Out of the gun, Ward. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap for Ward. That is caught. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Bronco 80.
Ward to throw again. He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock. and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
So, a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start.
At their own 20-yard line.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay,